You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Pahrump for 4 years. Give them a call, 775-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry. Thanks for joining us on Ace Country Radio. And we're also streaming at KPVM.TV. We're also on your Roku devices. It is Tuesday, April 14th. In our top story, a vehicle is stolen from a body shop, and that is a charge of grand larceny. The charges also add up from there when drugs are also involved. News 25's Christy Willis reports.
A stolen truck case in Pahrump quickly turned into an arrest after deputies tracked the suspect down in just hours. According to the reporting document, the call came in on Monday, April 13th at around 8:45, reporting a vehicle stolen overnight from a local body shop. Deputies learned that a 2014 Dodge Ram 3500, valued at around $20,000, had been taken from the property. When they arrived, investigators found clear signs of forced entry, including a chain link fence bent to the ground and debris from a broken taillight scattered near the gate, indicating the truck was driven through with significant force. Security footage helped deputies confirm the vehicle's identity, including the license plate and VIN. The owner told authorities the truck had been left at the shop for bumper repairs and no one had permission to take it. Later that afternoon, around 1:40, deputies got a break in the case. The stolen truck was located at the Circle K on Gamebird and Homestead. When deputies arrived, they found a man matching the suspect seen on the surveillance video standing next to the vehicle. He was detained and later identified as Larry Sears. During a search, deputies say a baggie containing a crystal-like substance fell from his wallet and later tested presumptive positive for methamphetamine. Authorities also found a glass bong with residue inside the truck. Sears initially claimed he had bought the vehicle from a friend for just $380, but later admitted he had been on a drug bender and said that if he was seen on the video, quote, "It must have been me." The truck sustained about $2,000 in damage and was released back to its owner at the scene. Sears was charged with 1 count of grand larceny of a motor vehicle, 1 count of possession of a stolen vehicle, 1 count of malicious destruction of property, 1 count of possession of a controlled substance, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia.
And a copper and wire theft to report from a site here in Pahrump. Those items sold to Pahrump Valley Disposal and were reportedly subsequently identified as that stolen material. The suspect is fortunately under arrest, and the arrestee is an ex-felon. Jillian Tuck has more.
On April 2nd, Nye County deputies responded to a residence under construction in Pahrump after a theft was reported. Deputies discovered that approximately 150 feet of copper and electrical wire had been cut and stolen from the job site. Also taken were a box containing keyless entries, gang nail-on boxes, and a disconnect. The estimated loss was around $3,000. On April 10th, investigators learned that 42 pounds of copper had been sold at Pahrump Valley Disposal just 1 day after the theft. The sale led them to Sean Merzick. Deputies obtained a search warrant and detained Merzick at his residence. During the search, officers located a carton in the backyard containing gang nail-on boxes, a keyless entry lamp holder, and a disconnect, items the reporting party positively identified as stolen from the construction site. Merzick was advised of his Miranda rights and agreed to speak with deputies. He admitted the property was in his possession and took responsibility for it. Sean Merzick now faces charges of possession of stolen property, burglary, and failure to register as an ex-felon. This case remains under investigation by the Nye County Sheriff's Office.
A combination car show and doggy beauty pageant in the parking lot of a popular local restaurant. And the pups were out in Pahrump. Take a look.
On Saturday, April 11th, News 25 cameras were rolling down at the car show and doggy beauty pageant at Rubalcaba Mexican Restaurant in Pahrump. Sponsored by Never Forgotten Animal Society and Pet Supplies. Plus, you had the opportunity to get a free pet nail trim And there were free pup cups and treats for the doggies. Classic cars and hot rods came from all over, and they were judged by the visitors. 100% of the proceeds were donated to Never Forgotten Animal Shelter. The weather was just right, and the doggies were on parade. Oh yeah, it was also a car show.
Hi, this is Gabe Smith, and we are here at the car show today. This is our GM Veterinary Services race car. It is a 2007 Toyota Yaris competing in HS class. We're actually going to be moving classes for the next race to XP class with a bunch of new powerful modifications, and we are currently sitting in second place for the series right now. This car competes in SCCA autocross and a bunch of other forms of racing, and so we're so excited to be out here, represent the community, and being out here and being able to help your pets. So this is Jam Veterinary Services race car. Check out Jam Veterinary Services on Calvada, and thank you so much.
The winner of the Dougie Beauty Pageant was Mandy.
Well, tomorrow is the deadline, April 15th, tax day. And we have information for you today in this filing report that could help you even if you're filing an extension, but money is still due.
Time is running out to file your federal taxes. The IRS says Wednesday, April 15th, 2026 is the deadline for most Americans to submit their 2025 tax returns and pay any taxes owed. Taxpayers can request a free 6-month extension, giving them until October 15th to file, but that is not an extension to pay. Any money owed must still be paid by April 15th to avoid penalties and interest. You can file for an extension online through IRS free filing or by submitting Form 4868. The IRS is also urging taxpayers to file electronically, warning that mailing a return at last minute could lead to delays.
Remember to get that extension or those taxes in the mail by tomorrow. News 25 will be right back.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, today we're highlighting an area business, and News 25 is speaking with a wine distributor in the Las Vegas area who has some very tasty options.
So, you have a very unique story. You're actually a tequila maker, and you came across a buddy who helped you introduce some wines into the United States. Tell me about that.
So, currently making my own brand of tequila, Legado de Amod, and a buddy of mine comes up to me and says, hey, I have some wine in Italy that they offered me, and if you want it, I will gladly put you in contact with them. So I just received this wine from Tuscany, Italy, samples, and hopefully bring it to the United States.
Are you offering all reds? Are they mixture? Give me a little bit of information about the wines.
Yeah, so it's all reds, and I have a Sangiovese, I have a Pinot, and I have a Syrah.
And if somebody wants to get a hold of some of these, how do they reach you?
Phone number 702-417-5674. Yeah, Francisco Figueroa.
Very good. And are you? Can you ship, or do they need to come to your store location? How does it work?
So we're currently working on import and distribution in the United States. I'm doing just sampling and tasting to see which one I will import and take it from there.
And how about the tequila? Tell me a little bit about the tequila.
So the tequila is Tequila Jalisco, Mexico. I've been involved with tequila for over 7 years and currently designing my own label, Legado de Amor. It's a big story behind that we'll go into later, but that's coming to the United States here in the next about 4 months, and been working on it for a while, and I can't wait for that to happen because that's my baby right there.
That sounds very exciting. I'd like to actually do a documentary on that. That's a very unique story.
I would love that.
Yeah, very much so. All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
In today's sports news, Mark Stone and Jack Eichel are red hot at the right time. Mikey Ruhan has all that and more in sports now.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Mark Stone is heating up at just the right time. His fourth goal in 3 games, teaming up with Jack Eichel for a combined 7 points as the Vegas Golden Knights rolled past the Winnipeg Jets 6-2 Monday night. Golden Knights host Seattle on Wednesday, where the Kraken are coming to town, so yes, things could get a little tentacle-y off the ice. Only in Vegas can a casual $10 billion project be described as just another development. A massive new sports and entertainment hub is being pitched right on the Strip, complete with a potential NBA-ready arena. We're talking 63 acres, a 50,000-seat stadium expandable to 60,000, Dolby Atmos sound, 4K cameras everywhere. Basically, if you can't see the game here, it's because you're at home on your couch. The Las Vegas Aviators are up in Reno tonight to kick off the Battle of Nevada, a 6-game showdown with the Aces, because nothing says rivalry like a road trip and a lot of baseball. And the Vegas Nighthawks are already protecting home turf, improving to a 1-0 at home after a 54-43 win over the Jacksonville Sharks. Vegas also raised their 2025 IFL Championship banner because nothing says welcome to the season like a friendly reminder, yeah, we're the champs. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thanks so much, Mikey. And in today's health report, we have information for you about what it takes to qualify to become an organ donor. And you might be surprised.
You can change 8 people's lives. You can prevent deaths on the waiting list. You can change a whole trajectory for 8 different families and their family members. And it's just something to keep in mind. It's something you can so easily do by registering or letting your wishes known.
As Cleveland Clinic's pulmonologist Marie Boudev explains, one donor can save up to 8 lives and improve the lives of over 75 more through tissue donation. It is also important to keep in mind that nearly anyone can be an organ donor because there is no strict age limit to become one. Dr. Boudev says that even those with certain health conditions may still be eligible, so never count yourself out if you're interested. There are many ways to become an organ donor, including when you renew your driver's license or by registering online. Dr. Boudev adds that many people don't realize there are multiple types of organ donors.
Organs can come from both deceased donors. They can also come from living-related donors or living donors. Especially with liver transplant and kidney transplant, living donation is possible.
Don't grab that remote. Use these 2 minutes to do a bit of your taxes, but come right back because we have powerful news for you from VEA after this break.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back. Well, in today's electrifying news from Valley Electric Association, the tools of the trade have changed drastically over the years, but the grit of the Valley Electric linemen remains the same. From the earliest climb spikes to today's cutting-edge arc-related fabrics and sensors, see how they've leveled up to safety standards to protect those on the front lines of VEA.
This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Valley Electric and its family of companies focused on serving our members. We're better together.
Line workers serve on the front lines of our nation's energy needs to ensure we have safe, reliable power. Throughout the years, the challenges of the job haven't changed much, but safety gear sure has. Let's take a look at the evolution of line workers' equipment. From 1875 to 1900, electrification began, and line workers are wearing early headgear in felt or leather that looks similar to a newsboy's hat. The digging spoon used then was an extra long-handled shovel or spoon used for digging power pole holes. Workers had handmade belts, bare hands, and used climbing spikes to climb wooden power poles. From 1901 to 1925, safety begins with homemade hot sticks used to work with high voltage. The industry begins standardizing equipment like rubber gloves and leather tool bags. Safety measures are put in place. From 1926 to 1950, safety training improves and linemen wear better hats, use insulated shotgun sticks, and utilize truck-mounted hydraulic equipment. From 1951 to 1975, line workers reached new heights with the availability of bucket trucks and faster communication with two-way radios. Rubber glove protectors add increased safety. From 1971 to 1990, a new law of the land emerges allowing females to become line workers. Invention of hard hats, rubber sleeve improvements, and telescoping or extendo sticks are now used on high voltage lines. From 1990 to present day, we now have insulated hard hats, harnesses to keep our line workers safe from falling, specialized clothing that is now fire and flame resistant, battery-operated crimpers, computer tablets, and so much more. Line worker gear and safety has changed throughout the years to keep our line workers safe. So the next time you see a line worker, thank them for keeping the lights on.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Let's take a look through our Lerner and Rowe WeatherCam at this mid-April day's time-lapsed clouds. Look at that. Those clouds are rolling over Mount Charleston, and we do have scattered clouds in the area. Are there showers in our forecast? We'll take a closer look in weather next.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Let's look at our current weather conditions here in Pahrump, in Las Vegas, and throughout the Silver State. Death Valley's high today, 84. Las Vegas has a cool one today, topping out at only 74, then dropping to the low 50s overnight. Amargosa's high, 75. Beatty, 72. Goldfield's high, 62. Tonopah tops out at only 59 degrees today. Carson City's high, 62. Then they drop down to the upper 30s overnight. And the near weather twins of Fallon and Fernley top out in the mid-60s. And here in Pahrump, it is currently 71 degrees. We had a high 1 degree, topping that with winds out of the west-southwest at 7 miles per hour. Humidity is moderate at 13%. Sunrise was at 6:11 a.m. And tonight we can expect an overnight low here in Pahrump of 47 degrees. It'll be chilly with winds out of the east-southeast at 6 miles per hour. Humidity increases to 27%. Sunset will be at 7:16 p.m. And looking ahead to our 7-day forecast, it'll be windy tomorrow with those temperatures only slightly increasing to 78. It remains the same Thursday, but those winds make those temps drop 10 degrees into Friday's high of only 68. Then the sun brings those temps back up to the mid-60s and low 80s throughout the weekend, but more wind blows our beginning of our work weekend, and we have highs in the 70s, 77 on Monday and 72 on Tuesday. So it'll be windy and chilly out there a few days. That does it for this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry. Thanks so much for joining us. Good night.